Good morning, everyone. Highlander58 on the AT. It's March 14th. It's Monday morning, and I'm in Franklin, North Carolina at the Microtel Inn and Suites by Wyndham. It's amazing how many times my plans have changed since I've been on the trail. You know, you try to set out a plan for the day, and so many things can happen, and I'm getting used to that. Um, the last video ended with me hiking down from Albert Mountain to Rock Gap Shelter, and then from there down into Winding Stair Gap and into Franklin. My original plan was to stop at Rock Gap Shelter and camp there, get up about 8 or 9 o'clock the next morning and take a nice leisurely hike down into Winding Stair Gap on Sunday, and then get a ride into Franklin. My sister had booked 2 nights for me at this hotel, and when I got to Albert Mountain, I ran into Riser, and Riser and I have been kind of leapfrogging each other since Springer. And as we're walking down the trail toward the Rock Gap Shelter, we started talking about getting into town. I had mentioned that I had a room. Riser had said, let's go into the Havens Budget Inn down in Franklin. Let's get a room there and split it with you. And I said, well, it beats camping up here and unload all my gear. So we did that. We got a ride into Havens Budget Inn, stayed there one night, and after I found out that I wasn't going to be hooking up with my family members from Hendersonville, I said, well, you know, Riser, you want to come stay with me at the Microtel, you know? So it's much nicer from what I heard, and it is. It's much nicer. But Havens is not bad. It's just a hiker hostel type hotel. Nice folks there. So staying here accomplished a few things. I got my laundry done. I got some videos uploaded. And a while back, during one of my pre-hikes, I had really stubbed one of my toes really bad on a downhill on a rock. And I thought it was healing up pretty good. It turned black and blue. And I thought eventually I would lose the nail. And sure enough, the nail's coming off. And I was concerned about that, so I've been kind of watching that. It's fine. I have it wrapped up. I also thought I was getting the flu. Come to find out, it was just allergies. There's a lot of pollens up here I've never been exposed to, and they're starting to come out now. It's early, but a few of them are out. I was getting headaches and just not feeling well, so I got some Claritin and I'm fine. So plan is to be back on the trail tomorrow, 8 o'clock, getting a ride from the transit authority here, $3, back to Winding Stair Gap, where we're going to head north. And our goal is to try to make it to Wyobald by tomorrow afternoon. I'm averaging about 12 miles a day, and I want to push it up to about at least 12 to 15. That's my goal. But again, that can change, you know. It just depends on where we're at and where we want to go. I say we, you know, Raj and I are going to try to hike together for a while. He usually gets ahead of me, but I catch up to him. You know, he waits for me or vice versa. So, had a lot of great comments from the subscribers. They're asking me to show a few more hikers and some of the more of the scenes. I'm getting more comfortable filming as I go. Sometimes it's very difficult not to use both trekking poles, and I can hold the camera, but it's not as comfortable. I will do everything I can to make these videos more exciting, but I wanted to be a little different. I wanted to show the human experience on a day-to-day basis as much as I can about how it affects a hiker psychologically, emotionally, mentally, and certainly physically. And right now I feel wonderful. I've lost weight. I've lost about 8 pounds in 2 weeks. I've looked in the mirror and I said, oh my goodness, mostly in my face and my chest and my waist. And my legs are getting stronger. You know, I'm gonna have Popeye legs by the end of this hike, I think. But it's all good, and I'm meeting a lot of interesting people. I do miss my family. So this is day 14, and tomorrow we'll basically start the 3rd week of hiking. I want to thank everyone for following along, and I hope you're getting something out of this. I certainly am. So I will finish my laundry. I will repack my pack. I've already put up several things in the hiker box. I'm constantly adjusting my pack. And I think it's something you have to do every day. You know, when you're going uphill, you want to use your load lifters. When you're going downhill, you don't need them so much. I've had a lot of great assistance on YouTube comments about pack weight and how I'm wearing it, and I appreciate that, and keep those comments coming because this is a learning experience for me as well. But so far the Z-Pack Arc-Haul is holding up fine, true to its name, its a reputation. I'm going to make changes almost daily. I mean, I'm not even in the hike 3 weeks, and I'm already making changes, and I see myself making changes daily. I'll try to film more and more things other than my face. You get tired of seeing that, I understand that. But I'll try to mix it up a bit. You know, like I've been doing, I've been blending the photos in with the videos, and then with the commentary, I'll continue to try to do that. So, take care, and I'll see you soon. Good morning, everyone. Highlander58 on the AT. It's March 15th. It's now the start of week 3 on my epic journey north to Maine. I had a wonderful time with Riser down in Franklin. Stayed at the Microtel Inn and Suites by Wyndham, and we stayed in the Haven Budget Inn. I recommend the Microtel strongly. You can get 2 people in there for about $26 a person with 2 queen beds. They have a continental breakfast. Staff is very hiker friendly. We started at 9:30 today at Winding Stair Gap, and the weather forecast for today is going to be clear skies up in the upper 70s. Right now it's about 46 degrees, and I'm in shorts, very comfortable. Thought the climb out of the gap was going to be harder than it was, but have to remember I did that on a pre-hike about 4 months ago, and I hadn't just walked 115 miles, so it was pretty easy. So today we're going to push for 15 miles and probably end up somewhere down near Waya Gap Shelter, thereabouts. Riser and I have kind of hooked up as hiking buddies. We're about the same age, both from Florida, kind of the same background as far as where we're at in life, and we get along great. He's a little faster hiker than I am, but we always meet up. We're hiking our own hike. We got a plan, and we both agree if we want to change it at any time we can, which is cool. So a few of the comments from my subscribers were to show more hikers, show more shelters, and I will try to do that. I don't stay at shelters unless I have to. And honestly, I'm trying to stay away from the bubbles, but I will do that if that will help with your planning. Certainly I'll do that. Gear is holding up real strong. I have the Z-Pack Arc-Haul, absolutely no complaints. My tent is holding up well. Takes me about 5 minutes to set it up now. Pretty good at it. So we will continue giving you updates as we go, showing you some great shots of the area. So check back in a little while. Take care. Well, hey everybody, it's Highlander58 on the AT checking in. It's now 11:21, and we made it from Winding Stair Gap to Siler Bald Meadow, and doing great. We blazed that. I can't believe how much better shape we're in. Riser's with me. We've been kind of hiking together for the last couple days, and I thought this would be tough. It was tough when I did it 4 months ago, but it was easy today, so I think we're getting our trail legs. And we decided not to go up to Siler. I've already been up there, and Riser's going to watch my video, so he'll see it. And we got plenty more beautiful vistas to see along the way. So anyway, we're doing good. We hope to do at least 15 miles today. We're going to stop when we're tired or when it's dark. So. Hey everybody, Highlander58 here, checking in. We just made it up to Wyabald. This is my second trip up here in 5 months, and it was a tough climb. It was really hard, but we're enjoying the view. Last time I was here, you couldn't see a thing because of the clouds. Today, you got a beautiful view. Here's a shot of what I saw. So we're taking a water break and a food break, and then we're going to head down into Gap shelter, and we're going to go beyond there. We're going to fill up with water, and we don't know what we're going to do after that. We may try to push it a little today because we're feeling pretty good, even though that was a tough climb. Perfect weather. It's a beautiful day, sun shining. It's probably in the high 60s, and the wind is blowing, and we're having a great time. Well, hello everyone, Highlander58. It's been a long day. Into day 15, and as you can see, I got injured today pretty good, pretty bad. Could have been worse, could have died. Riser and I decided to try to get to Cold Gap shelter about 5 o'clock. Of course, when we got there, it was full, and everybody was there camping, and it was just, we decided to push on. I mean, we did 21.4 miles today, and we're down at Tellico Gap, and we're gonna cowboy camp in one of these little parking stalls here. There's a couple cars here, but I don't think anybody else will be up tonight. You're probably wondering what happened. I was coming down out of Wyabald Tower. I was behind riser, and it was pretty steep, and I don't know what I tripped on, but I tripped, and before I could get my footing or my hands down with my trekking poles, I fell full force, face plant right here, and right here you can see I have a black eye, on a log. I mean, I hit that thing full force, all 180 pounds of me. It felt like somebody hit me in the face with a baseball bat. I think I went black for a couple seconds. I was moaning when I came to, and Riser was already applying pressure to my forehead and asked me if I was okay. He was talking to me, trying to calm me down. I was like, you know, how bad is it? I gotta get up, I'm not getting off the trail. And he said, you might need stitches. And I said, and the first thing I thought was, nope, I got duct tape in my pack. So he cleaned all the blood off, because when I opened my eyes, all I saw was blood. And he sat me up, and I just kind of stood there for a minute, and you know, I breathed and cleaned myself up, got back on my feet, and he checked me over and said, well, it's just a small laceration. Of course, head wounds bleed pretty bad. And I wiped everything off, checked everything, nothing was broken, my gear was fine, I was fine, and I decided to keep hiking. So not to worry about concussion. I'm a first responder. As part of my profession, I had to be qualified as a first responder, so I know all the symptoms of concussion. My pupils were the same size, I'm not dizzy, I wasn't slurring my speech, I wasn't you know, losing consciousness, I didn't see any spots in front of my eyes. I wanted to hike. I was frustrated about it, so I kept hiking. So anyway, been drinking a lot of water, stopping. This is mainly just dried blood. I am gonna have a black eye, and I do have some blood in my eyes there. It'll go away. I've had it before. So, you know, it happens. First day of the third week, and I take a face plant. So we took the day easy, but we just both wanted to hike through, so we did. So now we're gonna go over here and set up a tent. Well, I'm gonna sleep cowboy. I'm gonna sleep down on the stars. I'm gonna throw my Tyvek down, climb my sleeping bag, and just go to sleep. Get some food and go to sleep. We're gonna start back up tomorrow, going up to Wester Fire Tower, and then we're gonna head on down into Nantahala Center, outdoor center. Yeah. So not to worry, folks, I'm okay. This will clean up. I'm gonna look like somebody beat the crap out of me, but I'm just gonna say you should see the other guy. So anyway, I'm gonna sign off for tonight. It's the end of day 15. I think I mentioned we did 21.4 miles today. That's pushing it, but we felt strong this morning after our 0. So anyway, I'm okay. It's all good, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Take care. Well, good morning, everyone. Highlander58 and Riser on the AT. It's March 16th, day 16. We stayed in Tellico Gap. I cowboy camped last night. I found a little grassy spot at the base of the trailhead and laid out my Tyvek sleeping bag, and I slept like a baby. For first time in a long time, I've actually been able to see stars. The moon was up. It was great. Didn't have any problems. Didn't have any problems with my my face as far as my pain or anything. I took some Advil last night, a couple this morning, and I'm doing pretty good. It's about 9 o'clock, and right now we're at Wester Tower. Riser's up there taking some pictures of the clouds. Sun's just coming up, so it's not real clear. Our goal is to try to make it down into the NOC today and spend the night, just one night, and hit the Nantahala Gorge northbound tomorrow morning. That's a pretty grueling climb. I did that on my very first pre-hike. I only made it about 6 miles up before my legs gave out and my memory and my camera gave out, as you recall. So the only thing that really got broken yesterday was my camera mount. So I'm holding my camera. I'll have to do that for these videos until I get down into a place with a Walmart or a CVS where I can get a selfie stick with an iPhone mount. So anyway, this is what happened. You can take a look. You should see the other guy. Anyway, this is what happens when you fall and you do a face plant on a log that doesn't want to move. So, but I'm okay. It's gonna heal. I'm gonna look like a boxer for a couple days, but I'm all good. I'm strong. Slept well. And get back on the trail now. It's gonna be a nice day, clear, and we're only gonna do 8 miles today. Take a break. We did 21.4 yesterday, which was. I actually wanted to push on after I fell. I didn't want to quit. I was kind of pissed off, you know, that I fell. So I said, let's just push this until right before sundown. That's what we did. We made Tellico Gap all the way from Winding Stair Gap, it was a tough day. But you have those on the trail, folks. Anyway, I'll check in a little later, and I'm doing fine, thanks. Hey everybody, Highlander58 on top of Wester Tower, Fire Tower. Observation deck is beautiful up here. It's a clear day. I had decided to come up. I've been up here before, but I just had to come up here as part of my AT hike. So just showing you this lovely panoramic 360 view. Hey everybody, Highlander58 and Riser on the AT, just checking in. Climbing up to, we just made it up to the jump off. We hope it's the highest point coming down into Nantahala, because it was kind of a tough climb up here. So now it's just downhill into the NOC. Hey everybody, Highlander58 and Riser, day 16 on the Appalachian Trail. We have just now arrived at the NOC, making our final descent. We'll be there in about 5 minutes. So we're gonna get our room, gonna get some food, I'm gonna clean my face up, and we're gonna go to the Outfitters, get a couple things, spend the night, try to be back on the trail by 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning for that grueling climb out of Nantahala Gorge. This brings me back to the beginning, because I started my pre-hikes at this gorge back in October of last year. So this is kind of a, you know, cool thing, full circle. So I'm happy about it. Hey everybody, Highlander58 here. It's the end of day 16 on the AT. We stopped at the NOC. We got a nice little room here for the evening, and I took a shower, cleaned up my face as best I could, had a great dinner, a couple of brews, walked around, and about 5 minutes I'm going to bed. Our plan is to get out of here about 8:30 or 9 o'clock tomorrow and head up the out of the gorge, Nantahala Gorge. And it's going to take us about 5 hours, I think, roughly 5 hours to get out. It's about 7 miles to Sassafras Shelter, and then another 1.5 miles to Chioa Bald. And it was a long day. Didn't sleep that well last night, so I'm exhausted today. So I'm really looking forward to going to sleep right now. So I will check back in the morning on the start of day 17, and hope to be in Fontana in about 2 days. Okay folks, have a great evening. Good night.